Greetings, Hive. Hope you all are doing well. This is day 48 of the 68-day challenge that I am doing. I am doing the Wild Fit program as my healthy habit for Q3. And yes, something a little bit different today and the next few days, as you guys can see. I went for a clean shave because today is my last day for work, as I'm going on a 9-day vacation. So we'll be going back to work maybe on August 30th. So yeah. Anyways, it was definitely starting to get a little bit annoying as my beard grows, and at the same time, it's really hard to clean and keep my skin. I can feel like some pimples that's growing underneath the beard, so just giving it some breathing room. So, but yeah, hopefully everyone's doing well this Saturday. Today has been more educational, as kind of attended a major online event from, if you guys know who Alex Hermosi is. So just definitely one person that I enjoy following and listening to. But he was doing a major book launch today, so spent 9 hours on his YouTube channel. But anyways, yeah, learned quite a bit that kind of relates to the current journey for myself, and especially how I got it started with this one. Besides the part of it being $3,000 cheaper, obviously I did mention before starting the Wild Fit program that I had no idea if I'm gonna even get through week 1, right? I didn't take. All I did was track my weight. Didn't take any before pictures, which now I do recommend everyone should have before pictures. It's really hard to tell, especially when the scale is plateaued, but at the same time you feel like your pants, your shirts, your clothing's feeling a little bit looser. So, but yeah, it's getting started is quite a difficult thing. We all expect, some sort of perfection, right? To, making sure all things are ready, so that we're ready to start. And that's the thing, we get into the habit of, waiting for the right moment to get started, and sometimes that right moment doesn't arrive fast enough, right? And time goes by, and and who knows if I'm sure, like I said, certain that I saved $3,000, but at the same time, I was just going in this as like a New Year's resolution, as an attempt, right? Attempt to hopefully reach a new health goal, right? But sometimes you just gotta the most important thing is it's better to start than to be ready, right? We'll only really get real world experience when we take action, right? We take action on things, and just learn as we go, right? The only feedback we can get is actually applying and taking things, taking the actions needed to see a response, see a result, and definitely adjust from there, right? You know, readiness, or waiting for the right moment is definitely another form of procrastination, right? Even though we're wanting to make sure we lower our risks, or and want to get all the right moments, the rewards to be instant. It's it technically life just doesn't happen that way, right? So it's definitely, once again, perfection versus progress. We're waiting for perfection to convince you nothing's good enough yet, right? So, and we're waiting for that perfect moment that doesn't come, or doesn't come fast enough, right? So you just want to get out that mental prison, and just take those imperfect steps to towards that goal, right? We can do our very best to visualize that perfect version of ourselves, but at the same time it's really hard to see that perfect version of ourselves from 100 steps away, 1,000 steps away, but to every 1,000 steps, you gotta take the first one, and that requires taking action. So for myself, it is 48 days in, and my last weigh-in was a few days ago, and it was 18 pounds, right? So I decided to put the scale away, as I was just kind of stuck at 206, and it takes you gotta look at as well. You gotta look at the every aspects of your journey, right? You gotta sometimes have to dissect, look under a microscope, and see if certain things that you are doing routinely, maybe there's something in there that's affecting your progress. There's something in there that is plateauing your progress. So even something that may look healthy enough to consume, there might be one tiny ingredient in there that's just preventing the switch for myself from carb burning to fat burning. It could be one small ingredient in there. So it's one thing to always constantly analyze, but not to the part analysis paralysis, right? You're just analyzing it too much that you're stagnant, that you're not taking any action. And it's really important to take action. And maybe this the good part for me, that taking action is it's just doing, go through the pain for those gains, right? So yeah, it's definitely helpful, once again, taking that first step to take that one day to just break out of the cycle, head over to the running room, and find the steps to plan ahead, and seeing people to all right, well, it looks like there's a race that everyone's preparing for in December. Might as well work towards that moment, right? And then start reverse engineering everything to the current, right? So, but yeah, it doesn't help if you just everything's all the actions are just happening in your mind and not happening physically. So, but anyways, just we're all faced with so many decisions, and it's hard to you know try to filter through all those decisions and choices that we have to make, right? And and sometimes in the situations that we get in, that we look at the stuff that we lack of, and that is sometimes preventing us from moving forward. So a great quote that I heard from today's live stream is basically, especially a story of lady who wanted to lose weight, being a single mother, having kids, just working hard for her children, that she hadn't had time to focus on her health. So she wanted to get healthy, get a gym, get a trainer, and when she found out the trainer costs, right, she didn't have the money, right? And so she decided, and she wanted to know that this was important for her health, like myself, that this is very important for me to be healthy for myself and for my family. That she decided to just say yes to the trainer, and find the money to pay him. So when she came back to the trainer and paid her fee, the trainer wanted to ask her what she did, because it could be for future training for himself, or a story for him to say that her story, that she had no money, but she made it happen, and look at her results today. So, but her response to him is basically, I may not have the resources, but that doesn't mean I'm not resourceful, right? So imagine that. It's like, we may look at what we have, we don't have. Doesn't mean we don't have the ability to talk. We don't have the ability to reach out to people. We don't have the ability to negotiate, to create a deal, create a win-win situation. We don't take those extra steps to find out a way for a solution. We just look at what's occurring, what's around us, what's our environment, and we just freeze at the moment, and never step into greatness, or never get the chance to get that best version of ourselves, because as is there, where we don't exercise resourcefulness to find ways, right? So yeah, it's it's been quite an opening experience, just learning, and that's probably what I'm going to be doing on my vacation, just expanding my mind and knowledge, doing some work online. Besides, still have the vacation next week, 4 days in Harrison Hot Springs, and just have that reset for the rest of the year, so the rest of the next 12 months, right? So, but yeah, it's very important, as it's we just can't be stuck. Definitely, I can't be stuck on situations, current situations. I just gotta do my very best to continue to move forward, learn as I go, be resourceful, not waiting for the perfect moment to take action, and once again, just continue to communicate, partner up, find those people that will help us move forward, and just continue to grow. Just have that leveraging that growth mindset, not looking at challenges as mistakes or disasters, but most importantly, a learning experience, data, right? Data to find other ways, other solutions, right? So that's the thing, we gotta overcome, things that are blocking us, decisions. Sometimes we gotta take that 5-second rule. I think that's what's her name? Mel Robbins. Just do a 5-second rule of countdown, and then just do it. Just take physical actions, right? So yeah, it's been it's been a day of aha moments. Obviously, at the moment, I can't print, but I'm waiting for the replacement nozzles. Been a good day, just eating healthy once again. So just for now, just keeping those things while other things are on hold, and just gotta move forward. And when it gets here, it gets here. But at the same time, I'm not I'm not stagnant and just waiting for stuff to show up, waiting for those right moments. So just gotta move forward and complete other things. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to these next 2 weeks, and just come out fresh as as a shaved, cleanly shaved face, and just take action as a new version of myself. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to finally getting some 2 weeks of sleeping like a normal person, or at least sleeping not awake at 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. to 10 a.m. right? Hopefully be able to sleep in those hours. And these are the last 2 weeks, and the kiddos will be the kid will be heading back to school, and we'll be back into the routine of things. So anyways, yeah, I wish you all a wonderful weekend ahead. Once again, continue to invest in yourself, and it doesn't mean just trying to seek out answers, but also finding coaches, finding teachers, finding people who entrepreneurs, finding people who are where you want to be, and through your studies, through your experience and learning, and then you have a clear picture of what things look like, how they work. And definitely, once again, you can picture. It helps paint a better picture when you're in there and you see it happen, rather than assume things that might happen but hasn't, right? All right, take good care, and once again, we'll catch each other again tomorrow. Once again, this weekend is the buffer zone, so enhancements will begin on Monday. All right, talk to you again.